weekend of the 2021 NBA playoffs.
Blake Griffin.
At small forward, at 6'6" number 12, Jangan.
Oh, Irving.
61 inches, number 11, kalian. The other guy, standing 6'5",
James Harden.
Started in the other forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 7.
Harden. Gila, bertabur bintang banget sih sekarang Brooklyn.
Welcome, basketball fans. It's Saturday afternoon, and you're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the rumors regarding Kyrie Irving's moodiness. His teammate Kevin Durant said, Kyrie is an artist. He has his way of doing things, and I support him 100%. Irving said, human beings have mood swings. I don't have to be perfect. My teammates know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Barrett and Randall are in the forward positions. Payton is out there with Reggie Bullock, and it's Noel in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then there's Griffin, and it's Irving in at the 2. And both teams, Doris, battling injuries.
Kevin, we have seen that when someone is injured, that means an opportunity for a bench player to show what they have. And the coaching staff maybe has to get a little bit more creative than usual.
Hey.
He'll be the Nets off the tip. Harris finds Griffin. Outside for Durant. Harden the pass to Irving. Back to Harden. Fires the three. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now, here's Barrett. And spin by Noel.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Here's Harris. Tries it from 19. He squares up and sinks it. Harden's got 5.
Wow, Joe Harris continues to improve as a passer. What a look.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook.
Wow, that was a strong dunk.
That is nice.
Oh, my goodness, that was electric. R.J. Barrett with a little flash.
Harden draws the double. Poke loose.
Aduh,
It's
still.
stolen by Barrett. A finish. And Barrett slams it in.
Way ahead of the
Still
field.
though.
He can do pretty much whatever he wants.
Big time play right there, showing the activity and ability to impact this game.
Harden kicks to Irving from the arc. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's Durant with the rebound. Harden right side. Lead key pass was put in just the right spot. 7 points in the game.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
Now Barrett. Great D that time from Griffin.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
It's stolen by Randall. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Back to Barrett for three. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden with it, picked up by Barrett. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
That free throw missing.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
Good on the second free throw. And you know, Greg, in the past, Griffin felt at times criticized as being a one-dimensional player.
I tell you, Kevin, I think he's answered those critics. You look at his passing and his development as a shooter, one of the more complete offensive players in the league.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Back to Harden. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for James Harden. And New York with a change here, too. Toppin's checked in. Knicks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Lets it go from 14. That one wide left. The Nets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Rose against Irving. Brown outside. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
So Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Here is Rose. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played. From the line, and he hits the jump shot.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
On the wing, Brown. Outside, Green. Irving surveying the floor. 6 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Green. No good. And New York will come the other way. In the corner, Barrett with it. It's tipped. Quickly, defended by Griffin. Quickly, and he banks in the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Irving against Rose. Irving attacking. Brown outside. Pass to KD. Now Green. Back to Durant. Launches a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, Kevin Durant goes right up with it. Doesn't give the defense a chance to react.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 1. And the Knicks decide to take their first
Come on,
timeout.
Brooklyn.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
So for the Nets, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Blake Griffin. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Durant. And then for New York, Kevin Knox is checked in for Noel. And it's Burks in for R.J. Barrett. He gets that one.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
And so it's New York with it. It's a three-point game. Rose dishes to Burks. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. 51 seconds left in the first. Here's Burks, and it's blocked by Brown, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Nets leading by 3. Now, here's Shamet. The kick out to Brown. To the middle. Claxton the pass to Irving. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
.30 seconds left to play here in the first. Rose against Irving. Pass to Burks to stop the run. The shot, no good. The Nets have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. Brown finds Green. Here's Irving. Here's Claxton from deep. Green. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, go out to.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
With 1 on the clock, it doesn't go for him. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter.
Hey.
Brooklyn ahead as they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run.
Brown, Claxton.
And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
James Harden.
And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually every day, and how can we bring that together to make a great group? And I think that's the focus every day. That's tough in itself. That's the pressure in itself, is the getting up and being laser focused on what your job is every day. And I think a lot of guys in this locker room know how to.
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. We've got Alec Burks. Toppin is out there with Randall. Then there's Peyton. And it's Knox in at the small forward spot. Out to Peyton. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem, and those are guys that I love. The other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible, and I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts.
No, miss.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
It can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Harden against Payton. The Nets working the ball around now. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
What's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And a star player at Kentucky, Julius Randle, selected 7 back in 2014.
And it's not easy as a young player to overcome an injury early, but Julius has done that, and he has proven capable as a scorer in the NBA, and that to me is where he can make his mark.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin comes in for Nicholas Claxton, and Durant subbed in for Jeff Green.
Wow, lights out from distance. Durant with a quick high release, just a pure shooter.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Payton against Harden. Payton dishes to Randle, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Okay,
and there's the call. Brooklyn the foul.
And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Both free throws good from Randle. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? I mean, the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Cap. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Harden. 5 to shoot. Harden draws the double. Here's Griffin. And it's Noel with the rebound.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Given that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
And New York making a change here.
No. Oh.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second. And Toppin throws it down.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And Irving subbed in for James Harden.
Well, you love the attitude of Derrick Rose. You want to play great defense? No problem. I can still finish.
Brown outside. Back to Durant. And there's the feed to Griffin. Barrett against Harris. Lets it go with a 3. Durant.
Stop it.
New York trailing. Inside. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Toppin. And they go to the intentional foul.
really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. 1:27 left to play in the first half. On the wing, Irving. Left side, Griffin. Teardrop shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Still, Griffin has insane hops. Close in, can sky over others, helps him to draw fouls.
That free throw, no good. No good on the second free throw. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for New York. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Boy, you've got to be shot ready in catch and shoot situations, and we know RJ's got a quick trigger.
Irving passes to Griffin. Brown outside. He kicks it to Irving. Traps in the tray. Irving's got 8 points.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire, a little bit of pride at stake.
And he makes that one. And the Knicks lead by 3.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Durant feeling it out a bit. Over in the corner, Brown. There's the pass to Griffin. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute.
That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And here is Irving. Nice move. And the rejection by Noel. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
Irving for 3. At the clock running down, sends it home. What a shot!
You want drama? We've got drama. That's the way to end a quarter.
That is a way to fire him up, fire up the team. What a tremendous play.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton. EP, you saw the floor and found the open man in the first half. What's enabled you to create all those opportunities?
You know, just trying to get into the paint, you know, defense collapsing, and the guys are doing the hard job of making the shots. So.
Well, it's a team effort, Elfrid. Thanks a lot for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher.
There was no stopping RJ Barrett in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 steal. This has been a bounce-back game for him after some struggles their last time out. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Knicks.
Well, it's pretty clear that they want the offense to run through the paint. It's been a good game for them. When they've got the ball in tight, the points have been coming, and they've been coming frequently. And until the D proves that they can stop it, I'd say keep working in the paint.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They ran their offense very well in the first half. They were all.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Griffin, and it's Durant, and it's Harris in at the 3. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Irving finds Griffin. Nets passing it around. Just 5 on the clock. Harris's shot is off. The Knicks with the lead. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here's Griffin.
Aduh,
The
Griffin.
tie. Out to Harris. Jacks up a 3. They get it again. Tries again. Back to Harden for the lead.
Aduh.
It's rebounded by New York.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Randall with the bucket.
Well, defense is smart to get close to Randall, but he powers through it anyway.
Harden the pass to Griffin. Back to Harden. Right side Durant. Left side Griffin. Over Noel. Bank shot. No good.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of
Oh,
Famer,
Griffin.
David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you and good evening. The Knicks made changes in coaching and the front office since the start of last season. But the question is, can they move forward? Their last winning season was back in 2013. Amidst the frenzy that is the media in New York, they'd like to make headlines going forward for all the right reasons this time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Pass to Bullock. That one goes.
Timeout. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Timeout called, the Nets. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here's Bullock. Second chance shot, and Durant sends it back.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
Griffin kicks to Irving. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Irving's got 14 points for the game. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges means that he'll be great in TV. So we saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he's still showing flashes of that incredible athleticism. Rose is a force attacking the lane.
And the Nets miss again. The Knicks leading by 4. Pass to Randall. This one for 3. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
The shot's good from Irving.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
1:58 left to play in the third. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And so they foul intentionally. Brooklyn making some changes. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Hurts with it. Now Green defending. It's stolen by Green. Here's Irving. Finished off the break. Now just a 2-point New York lead.
You know this. Kyrie Irving, when he has the hot hand, is lethal. On a night-by-night basis, he is an absolute matchup nightmare.
Rose looking around. Sweet little floater. Rose has got 8 points.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Knocks down the 3-ball.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
1:06 left in the third. Quickly, he's covered by Brown. Up top, Randall. 13 points in the game. And the shot goes in.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Shamet on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Shamet's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Randall. Reverses. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Kevin Knox is checked in for New York.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Irving against Rose. Here's Claxton, banked in off the glass. Claxton's got his first 2 points.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
They get a hand on it, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. 16 seconds left to play in the third. And the foul on Harden. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
The free throw drops for Rose.
Well, the knee issues robbed Derrick Rose of some of his athleticism, but maybe more importantly, he lost that development time. Still a big-time player, though, every time he takes the floor. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Harden laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got 13.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Rose with the ball. Misses the shot. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. New York ahead, up by 1. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got Knox. Alec Burks is out there with Rose. Then it's Randall. And it's Toppin in at the power forward. Harden gets the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Knicks. Randall outside. With the floater, and Rose with the lay-in. Rose has got 10 points here in the second half.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a core first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
The deep three from Harden. Burks pulls it in.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden.
I tell you, one of these guys who just specializes in drawing contact from the defender. Derrick Rose always attacking.
Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And then for New York, Nerlens Noel checks in for Randall. R.J. Barrett comes in for Toppin, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Burks.
And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media.
Harden the pass to Claxton. It counts, and the foul.
Shot's good.
It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Shot's good.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starring at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bulls.
Anointed a savior from day one. And you talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, it's probably better for him not playing in Chicago. And playing alongside Zion Williamson at Duke makes it hard to stand out with your athleticism, but make no mistake about it, R.J. Barrett is a big-time athlete.
And Greg, I think maybe as impressive as what he brings from a physical standpoint is his commitment to put in the work, his understanding of what's required to be successful at the NBA. This guy has not only the physical tools, but the mental makeup and the work habits to be great.
And even 3-on-3 break. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
R.J. Barrett with excellent vision. And it's not just the vision, it's the ability to put it on time and on target. Nicely done.
On the wing, Irving. Back to Harden. Passes it to Green. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the Nets miss again. New York leading by 5. Here's Barrett. And the rejection by Harden. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. Durant comes in for Green, and a switcher also for New York. Julius Randle's checked in for Kevin Knox. Here's Noel, lays it up off the glass. Noel's got the lead up to 7 now for New York.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Harden left side. Shot left block. Here's Griffin.
That's the
rebounded by New York. Noel's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Well, the emphatic finish from Julius Randle. Get off your feet, young sir.
KD on the wing, looking to end the run. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Bullock with it. He's picked up by Irving. Randall passes to Payton. Good work there as it goes.
Timeout.
And it's an 11-point Knicks lead. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers.
Okay, it's okay.
Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor.
He'd be brilliant, and
yeah.
Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He is not pleased, and he told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move, or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Bucket is good.
Because of the level of athleticism and speed, it is difficult to stop Elfrid Payton. Nicely done.
Harden kicks to Griffin. The kick out to Irving. Beyond the arc. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Irving's got 11 in the second half.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
And they get it back. They get it back. Randall. And finally they hit one. Randall's got 20.
Well, you love to see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
Down low. Griffin finds Harden. Outside, KD. And on the way from Irving for three. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Yeah, Julius Randle has a good feel on the offensive end. On time and on target with the pass.
From deep, Harden. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Count that one. And the Knicks lead by 13.
There's a strength to R.J. Barrett that belies that thin frame. He's got toughness and the willingness to absorb contact.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Noel throws it down.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Knicks.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, whenever things started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Julius Randle.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Here's Ntilikina. They double him with Jordan. Over to the wing. Here's Pell. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Claxton, no good. Here's Ntilikina. And now we've got the intentional foul. And that one falls for Ntilikina.
Well, Frank Ntilikina comes into the NBA as the 8th pick of the 2017 NBA draft. You do have to remember, this guy had professional experience before coming here. He played in his native country of France.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.